Happy Sunday, everyone. I hope you're having a great weekend. I'm doing another bullet journal plan with me in my Archer and Olive slim traveler's notebook size bullet journal, and I'm doing something a little bit more creative and fun today. Something that I really enjoy and that I consciously try to do is give you guys spread ideas that are easy to replicate and take very little time to do, because if things take a lot of effort, I know that I personally wouldn't be able to keep up with it, and just with school and work, I think very few of us would have the time to make a super decorative spread every single week. But I think it's also okay once in a while to do something that's creative, even if it takes like an hour to do. I will say though, I have several finals to study for, which is part of the reason why I chose to kind of procrastinate and not study for those finals, but rather whip out my gouache paints and paint these houses and flowers. So yeah, as mentioned, I'm using gouache paint, which is very new to me. I bought this relatively affordable set on Amazon several months ago, and I used it like twice and I never touched it again. So I wanted to try it again. Many of you know my preferred medium is watercolor, which is, in my opinion, quite different from gouache, even though it's often said to be quite similar. With gouache, I find that I need to be very precise with my lines as opposed to watercolors, which is very free-flowing. Also, I have this weird thing where I just refuse to buy new brushes. I think most people with gouache use detail brushes to make all of the really thin and precise strokes, but I'm just using this like very frayed water brush that's meant for watercolors, and that is why a lot of my strokes are not very clean. I do think it turned out okay though, but if I do plan on playing around with gouache a little bit more, I am going to purchase a brush set so I can properly do all of the fine strokes. Another tip that I have for you if you want to play with gouache is to mix a decent size of each color that you think you'll need, especially if you're making more of like a flat painting with gouache and you want the colors to be the same. It's very difficult to color match with gouache. The paint tends to be a lot darker when it dries, so if you mix a color and you run out and you try to mix it again, it's very difficult to do so accurately. So that's a little tip that I have for you, because I kind of messed up midway and had to remix one of my blues and it's just slightly off and it really bothers me. Some people in my previous videos said that they prefer music rather than commentary over my speed paints, so I'm just gonna put on some music, and whenever there's anything notable to say, I'll just pop back in, and then I will also be back to narrate the planning portion. So we are near the end of this painting, and I purposely left the bottom part of all of the houses very messy because I knew that I was going to cover it up with white to represent snow. So that's just what I did here. And then using my very frayed paintbrush, I tried my best to outline with white some of the windows and doors and rooftops and stuff like that. Obviously my lines aren't very uniform, which is why I desperately need a new paintbrush, but I think it turned out decently well. And yeah, that's about it for the painting. Now moving on to the actual planning portion, I'm using a blue-black ink to go along with this wintry theme. And for the top half, I went with a hourly layout in increments of 2 from 8 in the morning to midnight. And then at the bottom, I made a to-do section. I've done a similar layout to this before, and I really like it because I'm just able to get across everything that I need in a very condensed format. The to-do stickers that I'm using right now are from Randy Plans. It just makes it super simple. And then we're gonna start planning for Saturday on the hourly portion. I put down this zombie working emoji from my shop to mark in that I had to work on my RSM 353 final case paper. We're presented with 2 cases, and I managed to finish the second draft of one of them, and I also wanted to finish the key points of the other. And then I put down a deadline sticker from Happy Dia Stickers to mark in that I wanted to reformat some Google Slides for a presentation. Then I put down this bored eye-rolling waiting emoji to mark in that I was waiting for an Amazon package. I bought Biscoff cookies and Biscoff spread for the first time, so I was very excited to try that. And then I put down this overwhelmed with paperwork emoji to mark in that I wanted to study all night, basically just study for a quiz and also my finals. Then moving on to Sunday, in the morning I wanted to finish up this plan with me, or I guess I'm finishing up this plan with me right now. So I just layered on top this YouTube emoji on top of a sticky note sticker and wrote that in. Then underneath I put down a reading time sticker from Randy Plans to mark in that I have to work on another case report later this afternoon. And then tonight I'm going to meal prep some potato soup, which I'm very excited about. In the winter time, I'm really into making soups and chilies and stuff as meal prep, so it's super simple for me to eat during finals week. Then I put down an online lectures emoji to mark in that I want to rewatch one of my lectures, and then I finished off with my to-do list for both days. So that's it for this plan with me. It's a little different from my usual, but I hope you enjoyed watching me paint with gouache. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye everyone!